Aaron, in this series, we are talking about the miracles of Swami Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who is Avatar, Purna Avatar, and we have to be very happy that we are born in this era where God resided with us and shown as the path. And even in Kali Yuga, He can bring Satya Yuga, that kind of a incarnation. These words you must have heard from many students and other people. Don't take it lightly. Those who are talking, they are of very high caliber. They achieved so many things in their life. They come and tell you, Avatar, that it doesn't mean you judge them by this because they felt it. They got the bliss and they realized what God is. God can take any form, any shape in an era where resembling that era, he can come to us in any way. Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, like that, they can come. But how do we connect to them? That's a big question. But how, they can connect to us. It's very easy. When they're connecting to us, if we are not realizing, or if we want to be in a negative corner, saying why it happens, I don't want, then how can this happen? It has to happen in a negative manner only. If we are positive about that, it can happen positively. So I tell you, I died. It's not imagination. It's not any hearsay. 100%. I tell you, I was in New Zealand, Auckland. I was in my house. Nothing happened. No dramatic things. No ill health. It's not because of that. I was sitting in my house. Low. All of a sudden, there is a low drain of all my energies. All of a sudden, I'm and after some time, my body is separate. My what I'm thinking as my was outside. So the mind and the intellect was outside the body. He was saying the body, and the before that, what happened? I tell you, when I was dying, the entire whatever happened in this life, friends, how long will it take? So whatever we did for 60 years, 70 years, or 50 years, it goes like this in a flash. Maybe it took only maybe a minute or less than that, or a little bit more. All those things that happened to me went in a flash. All those things, when I'm mentioning, the mind can travel 100 years in 1 minute. That's one way of looking at it. Another way is the mind, the intellect registers few things. How it registers, I tell you, what is duality? It registers good, bad events, right? Those good and bad events are only personal. Only this mind, this intellect knows that in this particular way. So it registers all those things are our memories. This is what we are carrying to maybe next birth, or if we shed it, we get liberation. But when all these things going on in my mind, it took only few seconds, maybe a minute maximum. So I was outside. That's all. So this is where the end of that thinking. If you carry negative minds, negative about certain things, and why this happened, why that man, I mean, why you have to take a bath to understand the negativity is in your own. If you got all the things happy, and so I fulfilled my life, no more, nothing, no grudge, nothing. I don't want it. So if you are thinking that you helped so many people, if you did this and that, what will happen is, I helped. That feeling makes you come back again, and you have to take another bath to get the same thing that you did for others. They will help you. Uh, so this is what Swami's is teaching essence about karma. So that's what my understanding. Uh, that's what I'm saying. All each and every one of us, it's differently given because of our previous birth, how we can understand, how we can digest. It's given in that manner. So okay, when I died, you want to hear this story? Yeah, I don't want to prolong. So I was seeing outside. Nothing was going in my mind. No pain. No, no. You. It's not illusion or something. But I was just about to go. But at that time, there was a knock on my door. I'll come back to that later. Before that, I'll tell you a story that took me to that to keep it interesting. Um, so when we had a son, and we in India, we decided not to because it will be against the government at that time. The government was saying only one son, one child. Uh, you two, you get one. That kind of a campaign was going on, and at that time, people and the governments never thought about uh, our human resources is asset. They thought it was liability. So the human population, Indian population is going up or something like that campaign. And so we thought, okay, to go with the what the government wants or something. We want to have only one child at the time. My family had 5 children, but this is what. So we never wanted one more. So we kept on like that. 6 years, my son was born. After that, 6, 7 years. All of a sudden, a friend of my wife came to her and said, I had a dream. In that dream, Swami Sathya Sai Baba came and he told, you'll have a girl, child. You have to name her Sai Kiran. And my wife heard that and she came and told me. And that lady who told her was a Sai devotee, and she regularly goes to the Seva in Prashant Nilayam. That's what we know. Um, I just checked with my wife whether it was Swami telling directly to her when in an interview, or is it just dream? My wife confirmed it is dream in dream. Swami. Now only I know all those things that Swami will come in dream and whatever the dream is, it has to be true or something. At that time, I didn't know. So we just passed it off like something and we didn't give so much importance. But what Swami says, whether in dream or whether in real, it's Veda walk. It has to happen. What? So we and the doctor's advice, we had to go to the hospital for, I mean, they were even thinking about termination of the birth. All those things happened, but never, they say, as per Swami's message in dream to a devotee, a daughter was born to us. and we named her as Sai Kiran. So 10-year gap between my son and daughter. And now you connect that. I didn't know why it happened, why we want to have all those things we never had. So when I, we come back to the from the flashback to the uh, event that happened in Auckland, where I was seeing my body from outside, I died. Even there was no um, breath going on. That's what I can see from outside. So I'm for all the physical world gone, but no pain, no ill feeling, nothing. Probably I would have gone, and so many karmas I must have. I don't know. In this birth, may not be. So I would have come back. But Swami is so kind, and his um, enormous blessings to each and every of his followers, or in the previous birth, or now, or through the ancestral thinking. So he thought differently. So he must have known about me. That's why the knock on the door was by my daughter. I tell you before what happened. My son, he's about completing his course. So we are just checking our responsibilities and to the world. We are just living as per whatever our responsibility we have to fulfill. So not much of response that was if I had only one son, everything's okay, he'll get up. So we are already in New Zealand. It's not very difficult life there. It's I mean, my son will survive whatever happens. So I don't have big responsibilities there. That's what my thinking was. But that is why Swami introduced another person in my life. So when you got some responsibility, when you have to take care of somebody, your life needs to be extended. Maybe Swami gave me that kind of extension on that day to take birth in the same birth itself. That's Swami's blessing. One innings over, another innings, but this is very visibly. He gave me another birth in this birth itself. When the knock was by my daughter, I had a feeling, I got some responsibility. New beginning. We have to take care. We have to take it. After that, I was going. So I came back. Somehow. So he gave birth in the birth itself. That's what Swami is. So I had to take her to uni every day. So all those things were there for me to do. So in the thinking that my responsibilities are not, if my body is not of any use to the society or anybody, it has to perish. That what happened now. So from this, Swami knows everybody for generations. He can give you birth. He can take a birth, and he can rejuvenate you. He can give you fresh lease of life. Everything at his command. Thank you. If this message of Isai, if it sounds miracle to you, just comment and you like this and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.